Hi, class colleagues. My name is Mary Goldberg, and I am the instructor of the Rehabilitation Engineering Design class at the University of Pittsburgh, where we train students on the user-centered design process and provide tools for developing high-quality, appropriate solutions for improving participation of people with functional limitations. Our collaboration with class started a couple of years ago with 2 successful courses now going through the full cycle of conducting observations and later prototyping devices and ultimately providing these devices to either class users or a group of users at class. So in some cases, we've had several prototypes, for example, or final devices that live within the class facility. Our students visit the class facility for client assessments. During this time, they interact with clients one-on-one during the different class sessions and lunch hours, observe clients during class activities, and individually interview various stakeholders, including instructors, aides, caregivers, and the class administration or management. In some cases, students are encouraged to participate in the classes, and if more information is required, they interview a potential client outside of the class. We just want to remind the different class instructors that it is a requirement for the students to do some fly-on-the-wall observations where they just stand back and do not actively participate in the course, but rather take some notes and do some documentation. So we are getting permission to take pictures and videos of what's happening in the class session. In some cases, we do want them to participate, and they have been instructed to share this with the instructor for their permission of that particular class session. And it's perfectly appropriate if it's going to be a distraction during that class time to ask them to come back to another session or to just be a fly on the wall. One thing that we wanted to remind all of the instructors is that as a requirement of the class, we do want students to do these observations themselves and come up with their own unique ideas, again, just as a requirement of going through the full design process. We know that there's a natural tendency for us as instructors, including those who work with the class clients all the time, to jump to solution ideas, and to the extent possible, we would encourage our students to refrain from jumping to conclusions too quickly and instead going through the full process first to make sure they understand fully all of the user needs. Following the needs assessments, the students develop several design prototypes that clients can try and evaluate during the classes. So at this point, we encourage feedback from all clients and class stakeholders to iteratively improve the usability of the designs. So there will be some of this occurring this term prior to December and more occurring throughout the spring term. The students will ultimately present their final designs in the last class session, which will occur sometime in April, and we'll be in touch about that. I just wanted to share a few example designs that students have come up with in the past. The first one was an adapted tray that students could use to hold their documents in place. This, of course, would be useful for writing or any kind of drawing or sketching. The tray conveniently connects to a flat surface. The next set of sketches based on observations that the students took in an art class. So the first 2 images there on the left, they ended up developing a few adaptive handles that you can see here on the right. And the different holes or little apparatuses here are to hold paintbrushes or pencils and are customizable in different sizes. And last was an adaptive cutting device for fabric in the fashion design class. We're really pleased with the products that students have come up with the last couple of years and have heard some really great feedback from the other stakeholders as well, that the clients really like to use them and that they've been helpful for the instructors. So again, we really appreciate any time and input that you give to this process and hope that this video helped inform you a little bit more of what we're requiring from my side or our side as instructors. So if you have any further questions, please feel free to direct them to Courtney, who will pass them along to me. And again, my name is Mary Goldberg. Thank you so much for your time.